Hi guys, I think it says live.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi.
We're a little nervous about being live, right?
Yes.
And we look up there.
Hi.
So, it says we're live. We're building an audience. So what are we doing today?
Making fermented fruit.
What kind of fruit we want to make?
Apples and blueberries.
Apples and bananas. We've yet to ferment bananas. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Apples, blueberries, and
Maybe we should do like a blueberry banana sometime. Not now.
That sounds good.
But we could ferment some sort of blueberry with a banana in it. You think that'd be good? That's interesting. Stay tuned for that one.
Yeah.
So we got all our supplies set up here. We got some organic apples. Looks like we had to get galas. I usually like to use the Granny Smiths because they stay crispier. The green ones. You like the green ones better?
Green ones are more sour.
Yeah, they are a little more tangy, but I buy what's on sale, and these were on sale this week, so that's it. We got our fresh ginger that we're gonna grate up. We got our honey, and we got our frozen blueberries stashed in case other kids come in and try to want to eat all the food. So, super easy to do. Gavin's going to help me out, right? What do you want to do, Gavin? You want to help chop the apples?
Yeah, I like chopping apples.
You like chopping apples?
Kind of.
Okay, so if you notice like bruises like that, you want to cut those off because we don't want to eat those. We don't want to ferment that.
Okay.
So you want to use this? Or is this too sharp for you?
I'll try this one first.
All right. Remember, number one cause of cutting your hand is what? You don't remember? I tell you this every time we cook together. Is a dull knife, right?
Right.
Because the knife slips. All right. So we just chop up all these apples.
Okay, yep, I need a better knife.
Yep. So just remember when you cut, just tuck your fingers so you don't chop them off.
Okay.
So essentially, I'm not in the shot. I just realized. Hi, here I am.
It was on the other side.
So you can chop your apples in slices, or you can dice them if you want. I prefer to slice them. It keeps a little bit better crunch if you don't dice them. Although if you dice them, they fit a little better in your jar.
Okay, now I need to figure out how to cut this.
Okay.
Should do it that way.
Here, you want to hold it. Now, technically, you're supposed to cut away from yourself.
That's what I was doing, but.
So that was it. There you go.
Okay.
You want to hold up on the blade and then just go nice and slow. This is a nice sharp knife, so
Careful.
it shouldn't slip and cut you.
That is, if I'm careful.
All right, let's see. We should have timed this. 2:45-ish. We started this. We'll see how long it takes. If I'm doing it by myself, or if we're not trying to demo it like this, probably 10 minutes start to finish, probably.
Probably. Actually, it might be a little longer.
You think so?
I don't know.
So, what should we talk about while we chop these apples?
Is this fine, or do you want me to cut it in half?
Got a little bruiser?
I don't think so.
Just cut the little bruise off. I guess you have to eat that one.
Yummy!
The hardest thing about making fermented apples
is not eating.
Exactly, is preventing the kids from eating all the apples.
It's really hard if you're a kid doing it. Stop moving, apple.
Come on, I'm destroying you here, dude.
I know, but this apple will not stop moving. That's
But
why.
in fairness, my knife is way bigger than yours.
Yes,
So.
and you're been cooking for a long time.
Not that much longer than you, really. If you
Really?
recall, before you were right around the time you were born, I was still frozen chicken and frozen French fries in the oven kind of cook.
Oh.
It wasn't until a couple years after we started the diet with Ethan where I started learning how to cook.
Oh.
Yeah. True story, brother. So
I need another apple.
there's a whole bag right there.
Have you cooked like 5 apples and I've only got one. Is this bag open or no?
It has not.
Okay.
So funny story, the other day, speaking of getting your kids not to eat the apples,
Oh.
I have to hide the bags of apples in Gavin's room.
Yep.
Because the other two will find them and start eating them.
This
so
apple
Caitlin is, how old is Caitlin? 2.5 now?
almost 2.5.
And, no, she's 2.5. She's over 2.5 actually.
No?
Yeah, her half birthday's in February, brother.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Don't tell me, I don't know how old my own daughter
I thought it
is.
was in like summertime when I'm off school.
Her half birthday?
Yeah.
No, her real birthday's in the summertime.
That's when I'm back in school.
Well, that's still part of the summer. It's August. Anywho, 2-year-old Caitlin, Gavin likes to leave his door open when he goes to school.
I'm not? Okay, maybe I do. But I
Although,
don't.
in all honesty, I put the apples in his room, so I left the door open this time. But she decided while I was cooking dinner, I think, or getting snack ready. Did you just steal another apple?
It was
You
like
see?
a tiny piece.
So, I'm cooking dinner, and next thing I know, she's on the floor, right over here. Uh-oh. We interrupt this live broadcast to bring you a little bit of a... Ethan, you okay, buddy?
Can I go give him a cord?
Yeah.
He was saying snacks.
I assumed he was going to come out, and I was going to give him one. How do you do? You good?
Yep.
Is he happy about it? So what's going to happen is he's probably going to devour what little bit of apples left and come back for more.
So that's why we have all those.
But
of course you can't
that's why
see
we're
them.
starting with the apples instead of doing the blueberries first, though. Because he's in his room watching Wreck-It Ralph, super happy.
Oh, for like the gazillionth
Although
time.
he's actually not that happy anymore.
He was.
Once we started going live is when he started having a problem. That's why we came online at 2:45 instead of 3.
2:30.
Right, thank you, sorry. Anyway, so back to the story. Where was I?
I don't remember what you were talking about.
I was telling the story of Caitlin and the apples.
Oh yeah,
So she was on the floor, pretty close to where Gavin's standing now.
Hello.
And
I'm funny.
I walked by, and she's on the floor doing like a yoga pose with her head on the floor.
I was at school when this happened.
She's sitting Indian style, head on the floor. I walk by her, I don't think anything of it. You know, she's a kid. She plays on the floor. And then I turn around again, and then she rises up, and a bag of apples is under her. And she had taken the bag of apples and taken 2 bites out of 2 apples
Oh my gosh.
through the bag. So
Through the bag?
through the bag.
I didn't know
I mean,
that.
she didn't swallow them because they were still stuck in the bag. But there were 2-year-old sized bite marks out of our apple. So I took those apples out and I threw them in some butternut squash at dinner last night, which was actually a pretty good dish.
The best. And we had bread.
Yeah, we had a little... Simply Paleo ebook.
I don't know. I subscribed, but I don't know.
You subscribed?
Uh-huh. Only to get the book. Because I need to know how to make those donut holes. And a bomb. So that way when we're out, I'm like, I want donut holes.
Gotcha.
Oh, I need to go grab my iPod. Go over, grab it, and then ask him if I can make donut holes.
I see. Well, Gavin, you might be in luck, actually, because he wanted to save a fresh one. Looks like we're going to have to save this one.
Yay!
We're almost full, so we'll should be able to fit yours in there, okay? And what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about our bread. So this is our fresh ginger, peeled. All I'm going to do is grate it.
I don't like grating, so that's what he's doing.
She doesn't like the process of grating. Now, the grated ginger, the flavor of grated ginger, he doesn't mind, right?
Right.
Last time I made the apples, I made 2 mistakes.
You did?
I used powdered cinnamon, and then I just kept the chunks whole. And the powdered cinnamon got a little slimy. Remember that? The slimy apples. That
I didn't like those.
That wasn't as good. I usually use cinnamon sticks or flakes. This time I took the sticks and I grinded them up in our coffee grinder. I actually have 2 coffee grinders, one for spices and stuff like that. So now we have homemade cinnamon flakes. Okay, go ahead. Well, let me throw the ginger in there first.
Okay.
If you grate the ginger, it helps it get a little, the flavor of the ginger develop a little better. Can you go grab that? You think you know why?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll grab the cinnamon while you tell everybody why.
I think it's because, like, when you chop it, it like releases their flavor or something.
Yeah, I bet. And you know, it gets juicy while I'm sitting there grating it. My hand got ginger juice all over me, and you can smell the delicious ginger.
Yeah, I definitely can.
So notice I'm not really measuring any of this stuff. I'm chopping apples, throwing a handful of ginger in there, and I'm throwing a handful of grated cinnamon.
How many times have you made the apples?
7 or 8.
7?
Whoa. I don't know. You think more?
Maybe.
Should I throw them all in there?
Probably.
Save a little bit. Go for it. Save it.
Save like a teensy bit.
Save a teensy bit. Okay. So we got our ginger, our apples. Let's see. Okay, go ahead and stuff those in there, Gav.
These ones?
I don't know. Actually, one might be too full.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and save those. Maybe we'll get a small mason jar for those. So if you check it out, this is our apples. Can we see? I can't really see where I'm looking here. Where is it? There it is. So there's our jar. We want it to be a little bit full. We're going to put this smaller mason jar inside to keep it underneath the water. That's a little trick I learned from, I wish I remembered the website so I could give props. Somebody says hi. Hi, Aunt Lori.
Hi. Hi, someone.
Remember Lori? She's Sam's mom, or Sam's grandma. And so those are all ready to rock and roll, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
What are we gonna do now?
What else?
Now we're gonna do the blueberries. Blueberries.
Oh,
Tell you what, you do the blueberries and I'll do the cherries.
Good. I don't like cherries that much.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
You wanna use the stick?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, gotta love Costco, right? Now look, notice we're using frozen fruit. Sorry, nobody wants to see Gavin.
Hey!
We're using frozen fruit.
Which one is mine? This one?
Either one.
That one's now mine.
Fresh fruit would probably taste better.
But they would probably get super soft, right?
I actually think they would say a little bit, keep a little bit of the texture better.
Really?
Yeah.
There's
But-
a giant blueberry chunk in mine.
Why are we using frozen fruit, you think, Gab?
No idea.
Because it's cheaper.
Oh. Always about money.
It is about money. You know, we're on a budget. Mom is a teacher. We're not bazillionaires. So this bad boy is, I think, like 11 or 12 bucks at Costco, and to get that much blueberries fresh would be like twice that. So
that would be like 22.
there you go. Look at him. He's learning his multiplication facts. All right. Do you think we should flavor these any particular way?
Last time we did cinnamon, but no.
Cinnamon? With the blueberries?
No, we did something with them.
I know we did blueberries and vanilla before.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
You didn't really like that though, right?
Oh, I didn't know there was vanilla in it.
Yeah, that's what it was. We couldn't really taste it. That's what it was.
So we kind of just wasted vanilla. Not on purpose, but.
What do you think if we put like some ginger in with the cherries? You think that'd be good?
No.
No, well, you don't like cherries anyway though. What about ginger blueberries?
No.
No? Yeah, that seems weird.
Yeah.
You just want to keep regular, just plain old blueberries?
Probably. I like blueberries. They get super soft too.
They do. So the blueberries, they only taste, the longer you let them go, the softer they'll get and the more tangy they'll taste, right? How do they taste, Gavin? For people who've never had fermented blueberries, how would they taste?
They kind of taste like a little tangier almost.
A little tangier than fresh blueberries?
Yeah, but barely, not much.
So the last time he said they taste like fermented blueberries.
Which
But how does ferment? What does a ferment taste like? If you've never tasted it before.
Right.
So what do you think? Got a little sourness to it, you think? Is that a good way to describe it?
Kind
Not
of.
really sour. It's a distinctive fermenting taste.
It's almost like I can't explain
Almost
it.
like
Sorry.
what? Almost like what?
I can't explain it.
You can't explain it?
No.
Gosh. What good are you, Gav? I kid.
I know.
Alright, we'll get a small guy going here.
No, my precious apples. I want to eat you.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't use all that cinnamon, so now we can use the cinnamon in here.
Yeah. See? I think ahead. I didn't actually think ahead at all.
There we go, then we got this little bit right here. And Ethan comes out. We can hook him up. Actually, there's enough for a couple guys. Yes. A little cinnamon.
Is that enough blueberries?
We're going to use this guy to weigh it down. Actually, it might be a little too much. Pretty much. Set that right in there, and once the water comes up, that should be good.
Okay. Time to eat all the blueberries that are left.
Again, so we're going to leave a little bit of space there with the blueberries, because we're going to take this little jelly mason jar and put it on top to make sure the blueberries don't float. Just like that. And then we'll close it and wait 1 to 2 days. I like to wait 2 days because they get more bacteria, probiotics grow more, but the kids seem to like it better after maybe a day and a half. They don't get as squishy, right?
Right.
And what else? Is that it?
But also fruit doesn't take as long as normal stuff.
Yes, that's what else I was going to say. So the apples, we'll let them go for 2 days. The cherries I'll let go for 1 day, because they last time I made the cherries, this is only the second time I'm making cherries, but the last time they seemed to got a little too fermented. So we'll let that go for a day. We'll let the blueberries go for a day and a half, and we'll let the apples go for 2 days.
Okay.
Maybe 3 days with the apples. We'll taste the little jar and see how it works. But, well, we'll let them go for 2 days because we're using the red Gala apples and they get soft easy, so we don't want to do that.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, by the way, when I'm saying I'll let them go, we're going to put our brine in. I'll show you that in a second. And then we're going to store them airtight. I usually keep them in my closet. That's just so the kids don't see them and try to get into them before they're ready. And by the kids I mean Ethan and Caitlin. But apparently my closet is now Caitlin's newest favorite place to explore.
Yeah, the veggie shuffles.
But that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
So how do we make our brine?
Oh, wait, we forgot something.
What?
I think. Are we going to add honey this time to the blueberries?
Yes.
Yay!
We'll do that.
2 points for me.
We'll do that. We'll do the brine for the apples first, and then we'll add the water to the brine, and then...
Do the honey.
Okay, so we have our... This is the way I like to do it.
Okay. What's your way?
I like to use the Vitamix. Of course, the Vitamix makes our world easy.
Plus, our only blender is a Vitamix.
Uh-oh. What did I do with the culture pack?
You just picked it up.
No, I had one open on out already.
Oh.
Uh-oh. But it's open already. So tell everybody why we use a starter culture, Gavin. And what a starter culture is. You know what a starter culture is?
Kinda, not really.
Take a guess.
I think it's like probiotics and stuff, or no?
Here it is. For some reason I brought it over here. Yep. These are probiotics. It's like a lot. It's to get things started. That's why our ferments are only taking a day. If we did it, you can do it wild fermentation, and that can take a lot longer. I've never done wild. Not a fan of doing wild fermentation because it takes longer, and you can't control what kind of bacteria goes in there. But this kind you can, and there's a whole bunch. I'm not going to go into it, but this is the kind I like to use. There's some others online. So we take our little packet. It comes with a little packet. And I just pour it in our little Vitamix here. We'll use the whole thing. And then scoop just a spoon of, oops.
That's a lot of salt.
It's a lot of water.
Good.
Not using the whole thing. Nice, good, high quality sea salt. What kind of water do we have in here, Gavin?
Like
Do we
fresh
have
water?
tap water?
No.
Filtered tap water?
No.
What
Because
kind of water?
filtered, takes away probiotics and stuff.
Filtered, that's right. Tap water and filtered,
Yeah.
and the breaded filtered water would take away the probiotics because of the chlorine.
Woohoo!
Could interfere with the probiotics in there. So all I do is take this, I let the Vitamix spin it out to make sure everything gets mixed in.
6 points for me.
6?
Yeah.
Why 6?
Well, 2 for everything I got right.
You got 3 things right?
Yeah.
What else did you get right?
Or I
Got the
reminded
honey.
you.
Huh?
I reminded you about the honey and then that and then I don't remember the other thing.
This is the water I use, again, because it's cheap. It's, you know, technically spring water, but I'm pretty sure it's just super filtered, reverse osmosis with minerals added back into it. But it's chlorine free, and that's all that matters. Right?
Yep. Hello.
All right.
Okay. Why does it look like almost like there's fog in it or something?
Because of the salt in the culture we put in there.
Oh.
So that means it's all nice and mixed in. So we'll just, I can't see again. Pour that in there. Hopefully you guys can see. Now I'm going to pour a little bit in each. And then I'm just going to fill it in.
They cannot see that.
They cannot see?
There.
There. So I'll show you this angle. And then a little bit into this guy. We'll just fill this guy up. And then... Okay, so before we go with our blueberries, we're going to add
Hello.
our
Raw
honey.
honey.
Of
And it's
course,
raw.
You want to use raw honey, not the fake stuff with the teddy bear that's really just corn syrup.
Hello. Okay.
And this is, I think it's an organic honey. I usually buy organic honey. I haven't actually bought this one in a really long time. But ideally you'd find a local beekeeper. But we live in Missouri.
There's no bees, right?
Well, no, there's plenty of bees, but they all like to eat. Missouri/St. Louis is Monsanto land, so they all like to graze on corn. On GMO corn. And we don't want that honey, so... So, put the honey in the water. Notice it was just a tablespoon or a spoonful. I didn't measure again. I don't measure it. It's a waste of time. Don't you think, Gal?
Kinda.
Unless you're baking. I don't measure for baking either.
He never measures now. I just figured that out.
Does that mean I'm like a real cook?
No.
Because I don't measure? That
No.
doesn't mean I'm a real cook?
No.
What
No.
do you mean?
It doesn't mean he's a real cook.
You have to measure stuff to be a real cook?
No.
Alright, so then we fill up the blueberries. A little more for the cherries. A little more for the apples. Apples. Blueberries.
Okay.
Alright. And then we gotta make sure everything's underwater. So this is just adding extra clean water there. It's really not necessary to weigh them down. I don't usually, actually, because they're only going for a couple days, so they're not going to get moldy or anything. That's why you want to make sure everything's under the water. But, stick this guy right in there. Look at that. Perfect.
Perfecto.
Okay, and then this guy just seals it right there. Boop.
Chang chang.
This guy actually, like, uh-oh, looks like that was filled up a little too much. Perfect. I'll leave the cherries because they're only going for a day, so I'm not going to weigh them down. That's sealed. This one's ready to rock.
Make sure they're sealed tightly so that way air can't get in.
Yeah, why don't we want air in?
Because then I can create mold.
Correct.
Yay!
Where's my other? 1, 2. I had 3 little jelly jars. Where's my third?
Jelly jars?
That's what they're called, I think.
I have no idea.
Those little guys? I keep losing stuff. Story of my life.
He needs to stop losing stuff.
Alright, well, nobody wants to look at me. There it is.
Finally, you found it.
Alright, so I'm going to have to actually pour out some of this water.
Are we going to save that water for next time? The water's pink.
That's because you used it for a scoop out the blueberries.
Right.
Duh.
I knew that.
There you go. Oh, did you? Is that another 2 points for you?
Uh-huh. That means 8.
All right,
No,
here.
10 points. Yay.
Show the jar here.
So, that little jar
Let's
thing.
see. Can we see? Let's see. Can I flip the camera? So there's the apples. So we push them down to make sure they're all under the water.
Then we don't
There we
want,
go.
because then we can have
And then
water.
it's still a little too full because I can't really put the lid on here. We'll take that again, buddy.
Okay.
Dump a little bit more out. I think I might actually have to take a slice of apple out there. Okay, push it back in. There we go.
That looks good.
And then tight. And there you go. Oh, almost forgot the surprise one. I'll get a lid and I'll wait for that one later. But that's it.
Okay.
Anything else to add, Mr. G?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Let's see. What time is it? 3:11.
So
We started at... Here, slide over. Let's look at our jars. What? Oh, what?
You hit me out.
Oh, no. I was saying slide over so we can get over here like this.
Right.
I wasn't pushing you out of the shot. I wasn't being a camera hog. So we made... What did we make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4.5, really. All right, that's a real jar, so we can call it 5.
Yeah.
5 jars of fermented fruit in half an hour.
Pretty good.
Not bad, considering we were demoing it and talking.
Yeah, and it's our first one, so.
There you go. But yeah, this is our first live GD cooking time. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you learned something and we inspired you how easy it is to make these delicious super fruits.
Super fruit.
And they're super healthy, chock full of probiotics. Anything else to add? Can't wait to eat them.
They're yummy.
They're yummy. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. Until next time. Be well.
Bye.